Hmm. so apparently, even if, I don't know, this site is making me change my password, I guess. I went to log in with my same password I'm always using. They're really serious about this password being the right thing. It's like not even a fucking... Okay. Ordered some. Got some groceries on the way. Got some alcohol on the way. Got some steak sandwich on the way. Ready to look at these fantasy teams. My teams went 2-2 again this week. Just gonna take it one team at a time like we do. This team's 1-3. Shit kind of sucks. We're in last place, last in points. It's not good. And we have a tough matchup this week against the second place team, who's leading the league in points. So it's not good, man. It's not good. Our waiver is 8, so probably not going to spend it this week. Probably going to save it and try to move up in the waiver. Metcalf, Wilson, Gallup's gone. Metcalf, Juju, and Wilson. Mixon, Akers, Jones, C.H. Sanders, Dobbins. Pitts, Everett, and Njoku. Suck up, Pittsburgh. Prescott, Price. That's a team. Probably want to switch out defenses this week, right? Dropping Pittsburgh, I already wrote down. We want Jacksonville, Denver, Kansas City. I'm dropping Marcus Mariota. And I'm thinking we could probably grab Bridgewater, the quarterback for the Dolphins now. Jared Goff is doing well. Also, we could get Geno because he's throwing to Metcalf. Or we could get Zach Wilson. He's throwing to Garrett Wilson. Is that his name? Zach Wilson? Is that guy's name? Yeah, Zach Wilson. Could be Wilson to Wilson. So yeah, Algier for the Falcons is a possible add. Mike Boone for the Broncos, possible add. Deion Jackson. I'm not really worried about that stuff, though. We already have other running backs. Wide receivers, Gallup is out there. Pickens is out there. Zay Jones, Corey Davis, Josh Reynolds. I actually have Josh Reynolds rostered on a few teams. But yeah, he's about to play New England's defense, and then he's got a bye, so it's not that great. Yeah, Will Dissly's been a decent tight end option. Tyler Conklin. They're saying Jameis Winston is a good quarterback to stream this week because he's playing the Seahawks' piss poor defense. I guess I didn't think about that. Jameis Winston. I don't really like Winston, though. He turns the ball over randomly 5 times a game sometimes. Zach Wilson's on this list. Yeah, I already got him mentioned. Kenny Pickett, no thanks. Defense, Vikings defense, yep. Vikings defense has a good matchup this week against the Bears. Dolphins defense. Well, they're recommending Zach Wilson. They're recommending Dolphins defense. It's kind of contradictory. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really any reason to use the waiver wire this week, especially since my teams are in better positions than they've been. This team needs points, and this team is in last place. Like, I don't know. I feel like grabbing Bridgewater is the play and hoping for some... Woo! Hoping for some Bridgewater ceiling, I guess. If someone has Kirk, why are you bringing up Kirk? Why you just brought up this guy Kirk out of nowhere? What do you mean? If someone has Kirk and needs a tight end, trading Juju, one of your tight ends, might work out. What are you talking about? Yeah, but why are you bringing up Christian Kirk? I don't get it. It was just really random. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying why. If somebody has Kirk and they need a tight end, you can trade Juju, one of your tight ends, for Kirk. You're telling me I should want to get Christian Kirk. I don't know if trading one of my tight ends would work. I'm not so sure. I've been thinking about how my tight ends could be used as trade bait at some point, but Njoku isn't a great option. I might actually drop Njoku. I mean, there's enough tight ends out there for people to fucking flirt with, you know what I mean? I don't know that we're really going to be able to use these tight ends as trade bait. I've got Pitts, and I've got Njoku, and I've got Everett on this team. Justin, I know who he is. It's not what I was asking. You just out of nowhere said if somebody has Christian Kirk and needs a tight end, trade Juju, one of your tight ends might work out. I don't know why we're wanting Christian Kirk so bad. You know what I mean? You just kind of brought it up out of nowhere, that's all. Garrett Wilson could have a better second half of the year than Christian Kirk. I don't know. Maybe Juju will. I didn't know we were wanting Christian Kirk so bad. I know he's doing well. But it just seemed really random, that's all. You didn't say you could trade your tight end for a wide receiver, maybe. You were like, see if somebody has Christian Kirk and needs a tight end. Just really specific. But maybe you're a Christian Kirk fan. We know we're dropping Mariota and picking up a quarterback, and it's going to be one of these 5 quarterbacks, and they're probably all going to be available to me. So there's no reason to use a waiver. I got to switch out my defense. I hope I can get Jacksonville's defense. I have a feeling somebody's going to grab him on a waiver or something. And I was thinking I could drop Njoku because, like, there kind of are. I mean, maybe I could hold on to Njoku and hope I can trade him in a few weeks, right? A little trade bait. But the Browns got Cooper. The Browns got other players. They got the running game going. I mean, I think everyone knows that Njoku isn't going to necessarily be somebody that scores every week. We could pick up Pickens or Claypool, one of the Steelers wide receivers, and hope that they have a better rest of the year. DuVernay's out there. I'm kind of interested in him. Well, I'm not so worried about wide receiver depth. I mean, I wish that my wide receiver 2 was better. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's the weak part of this team. Garrett Wilson and Juju Smith-Schuster are vying for our starter wide receiver 2, and it's not great, you know. But it could be great. Everyone else is pretty good. Metcalf looked bad the first 2 weeks, and now he's popping off. So Sanders just had a 28-point week after a 5-point week. It's kind of hard to predict this stuff. I think I am going to start Gerald Everett this week, though, because Pitts is playing Tampa Bay's defense. Do I think that the week that Kyle Pitts is going to get right is going to be against Tampa Bay or San Francisco's defense? Not really. Then he's got Carolina's defense here. This shit is awful, man. 3 out of the next 4 weeks, I don't know that we can even play Pitts. He's got Carolina here again. Carolina doesn't give up any points. Look at this stretch here. We should have just never fucking drafted this guy. We're not going to be able to play this guy. I have a lot of tight ends, but I don't think anyone's going to want him. I don't think they're giving up Christian Kirk for any of my tight ends. It's kind of the problem with trades. You need both people to be super excited, and it's like... Now, I mean, if you're talking about the depth that I have, it's running back. I mean, I have fucking J.K. Dobbins and Clyde Edwards-Helaire on my bench. They'd be starting on anyone else's team. I think the play here is to trade a running back for a wide receiver. Find a team that, and I said that's what most of today was going to be. It was going to be me looking for trades because I know that I have these extra running backs. There's got to be some teams right now that are like, fuck, I need a running back. And then we can try to exploit that. I would trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a wide receiver that we think is better than Wilson and Schuster in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think twice about it, you know? Like, I would be happy to do that. That's the play I want to make. Because I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be able to sustain this. And Juju, I think, could get better as the year goes on. And I'd rather just have one Chiefs player anyway as opposed to both of them because I'm never going to start both of them. So trading Clyde Edwards-Helaire, keeping Juju, and picking up another receiver seems like a pretty good play to me right now. You know? Oh, yeah, Latavius Murray's available. He just got picked up by the Broncos. I don't think there's... Oh, yeah. I want to look at the list, though. I do want to look at the list. Fuck, I'm so hungry and food's not going to be here for like 2 hours. So it is what it is. Oh, yeah, Deshaun Watson. What about Deshaun Watson? If there's any team that needs Deshaun Watson, it's this team if we end up... Well, not really, though, because we need to make it to the end for it to even matter, but this is the team where we're streaming a quarterback. That's for sure. Right, Goff, Bice, coming up. Who are the other quarterbacks I said? Geno and Wilson. There's Geno. Geno is going against Saints defense, though. God, Watson doesn't come back till fucking week 13. Fuck that. What's up, Beer and Poker? We're doing okay. We got 4 teams, and we're like even so far in the year. We're like exactly 6-6 through 4 weeks. Or wait, 8-8, I guess. I have 1-1-3 team, 1-3-1 team, and 2-2-2 teams. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I'm streaming quarterback on this team. I went with Carr the first 3 weeks, and then this week I didn't want to start him, and I picked up Mariota, and then Mariota was terrible. I'm definitely not playing Mariota this week against the Buccaneers. So, I'm thinking, we want Bridgewater, honestly, Beer. Bridgewater, Dolphins quarterback. He's got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on his team. That's all we need to worry about. I think that he's probably the best pickup for quarterback. Just because the Dolphins are well coached and the offense is so good. Even though I don't think Bridgewater's a great quarterback. I think he might be great with the Dolphins. Both 3-1, that's it. I like my teams, though, man. This is my worst team. The other 3 teams are going to be looking way better than this one. And I've got so many good players, man. Like, we're definitely in kind of a good position, it feels like, compared to the previous years. A lot more has gone right than it's gone wrong so far. Oh. So yeah, we're kind of thinking about this Duvernay guy and the Steelers guys too. Julio Jones seems like he's going to be hurt every week. There are, like, look at this. Look at the running backs here. Look at this shit. This is a 10-team league. Bridgewater's worth having, no clue to return. I mean, I'm not worried about the 2 return. I'm just doing a week-to-week stream, you know? Streaming quarterback. So if I got to switch a quarterback every week, that's what I'll do. There's plenty out there to pick on any given week. So this team's just set up to where we're streaming quarterback because we drafted a late-round quarterback here. Actually, I think this was the team where I had Trey Lance. That was who we were going for in this league. He obviously got hurt for the year. And then we went with Derek Carr the first 3 weeks, and then I didn't like the matchup this week against Denver, so I wanted a different quarterback, and I was choosing between Goff and Mariota, and I initially picked up Goff, but then I dropped him when I realized his top 2 receivers weren't going to play, and DeAndre Swift wasn't going to play. And then Goff went off anyways. Okay, this Algier guy is available for Atlanta. I don't know. Rashad White, he had 12 fantasy points last week. Should we write him down? I don't know. Oops, this is the wrong spot for that. Look at these running backs. I mean, just look at them. It's terrible, isn't it? Look at this shit. Only 2 running backs available are even owned in over 30% of leagues. And then this Algier guy obviously can get some attention now that Cordarrelle Patterson is hurt, but I don't know that he's really going to be your league winner. Whoever's hurting for running backs right now is really hurting for running backs right now. Gus Edwards might be coming back, but who cares? Dobbins looks so fucking good. But I don't know. We could try to add Edwards to the IR. Like, wouldn't we rather have him than this Price guy that we have? price for Edwards. Okay. Mo Alley Cox for like, people have options at tight end, you know what I'm saying? Like, talking about like, should we drop our tight ends or can we trade our tight ends? I don't really think so, because somebody might think Knox for Buffalo is going to have a good second half of the year. Tanyan for Green Bay's starting to get better. Mo Alley Cox for the Colts. They're not going to give me anybody good for any of my tight ends. They're just going to try out one of those guys instead, you know? Waiver 8, I think it's best for us to not use our waiver. We want to move higher up the waivers. We want Bridgewater. If we can't get Bridgewater, we can go to Goff. But I probably am not going to, because Goff's bye week is 6, okay? So if we can't get Bridgewater and we pick up Goff and he has a good week, either way we're dropping him the next week, and we're not going to roster 2 quarterbacks. Now maybe we would, but are we really expecting Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions to lead us to the promised land anyway? Like I said, I don't mind streaming a quarterback, picking a different one each week, but at the same time, if you could pick up Geno or Zach Wilson this week, and then they're also playing next week. Let's take a look at this. Like, if we picked up Winston, he's playing Seattle's defense this week. He doesn't get a bye till 14. So we could play Winston every week if Winston gets hot. Bada bing, bada boom. He's not playing that many great defenses, too, till the end here. These 4 defenses are good. But these games are all right. These 5 games are okay. Seattle, Cincinnati, 4 home games too. 4 home games. Like, you can pick him up and maybe play him every week and get a lot of points for him. Where Goff, we're going to pick him up and then we're going to have to drop him. He's on a bye. And then he's playing Dallas's defense. So, and New England's got a good defense too, man. They're going to try to not let Jared Goff throw 4 TDs on them. So we can't really play Goff. Goff's actually kind of off the list. Where's this at? We don't really want Goff. For everything I just said, it's dumb. Like, we're only going to get 1 week out of him, and he's playing at New England. I'm not doing it. So we just decided against, right? I'd rather have Bridgewater. Bridgewater's the guy we want. But if we can't get Bridgewater, then maybe we go for Winston, but honestly that makes me really fucking nervous. He hasn't even really had a great... He has 5 picks and 2 touchdowns here. Yeah, like, I'm scared Winston's just going to fucking be an interception machine more than a touchdown machine, right? I don't really like Winston. The thing with us grabbing Geno and us grabbing Zach Wilson is that we have their wide receivers on my team, right? So we've got Garrett Wilson on my team, so we could have Zach Wilson throwing to Garrett Wilson, and I also have DK Metcalf on my team, so we could have Geno Smith throwing to DK Metcalf. Problem with this is that they both play good defenses this week. Geno's at New Orleans, Zach Wilson's home against Miami. And he's at Green Bay, at Denver, home against New England, and home against Buffalo. Those are tough defenses. That's not great. That's not great either. Miami, Green Bay, Denver, New England, Buffalo. Fuck. Although he just played at Pittsburgh and scored 20 points. He caught a touchdown, I think they said. Jimmy Garoppolo is playing Carolina's defense this week. Even that's not a good play. Cooper Rush is at the Rams. That's not good. Like, none of these matchups are good. It's all fucked. All the free quarterbacks are kind of fucked this week, except Teddy Bridgewater. Cam Akers stuff guy. Yeah, I mean, I like Akers a lot. Obviously, week 1, it looked like Henderson was going to be the guy and not him, which sucked. And now, yeah, he's hard to start right now, but if one of our running backs got hurt or something, Beer, then we want to play him. And we don't want to drop him because one of our opponents are going to pick him up and then start him against us or something. I do have Henderson and Akers in one league, and I think I should probably drop Henderson since I already have other running back talent, and he's clearly, like, kind of the backup right now. So I might drop my Henderson. Yeah, there's definitely some players that are going to be tough to start, but you still can't really let them go. Geno played Denver's defense week 1 and was 23 for 28 with 2 touchdowns and no picks. So maybe I shouldn't be that worried about him playing at New Orleans. I don't know. They just got a really good win on the road. Seattle, they're kind of stoked. They just won 48-45 on the road. After New Orleans, he's got Arizona at the Chargers, isn't good. And he's got Giants, Arizona, Tampa Bay is not great either. I mean, we can just switch quarterbacks each week. But I was thinking, since we knew that Goff... I was thinking that since we knew that Goff is going to have a week 6 bye anyway, and then he's got those tough defenses, why would we ever pick up Goff when we could pick up Winston or Geno or Wilson and hope they get on some sort of fucking sick hot streak here? And then they can just, like, be our quarterback. Or how about you know what? We could trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a quarterback. Maybe we can trade for a quarterback. Maybe there's somebody that has 2 quarterbacks that needs a running back. I don't think dropping Njoku is going to matter. I think we should probably drop Njoku. Where's our... Okay, so he is one of the better tight ends, though. He might get picked up, but is Njoku going to have a better second half of the year than Dawson Knox or Robert Tonyan will? I don't know. I don't think the answer is definitively yes, but I guess Njoku's kind of beastie. I mean, he's got 17 targets in the last 2 games. Maybe we shouldn't want to drop him. We know we're dropping Pittsburgh defense. We know we're dropping Mariota. Oh, yeah, we didn't put Latavius Murray here either. Latavius Murray. Oh, yeah, Beckham's still out there, too. Bend it like Beckham. He's a free agent. That could be our wide receiver, too. Fucking Beckham. Where's Beckham going to go, Beer? I mean, I could play Goff this week and then play a different quarterback next week, and I don't have to necessarily worry about it. But who's Goff playing this week, though? At New England. Like, doesn't that kind of worry you? Or no? I mean, New England just showed up pretty good against Green Bay. That kind of worries me. I don't know that I want to play Jared Goff at New England. Beckham should go to Green Bay. Yeah, I'm just not doing it. Especially when he's on a bye next week. So you can't play him in back-to-back weeks, and you have to make another transaction next week, right? But Geno doesn't have 2 good matchups in a row, does he? Well, he's playing New Orleans. That's already tough. And then he's got Chargers, Buccaneers in here. But he's well coached at least, and I think he's protecting the ball. And like, how many 2 picks to 6 touchdowns? I feel better about him having like a solid 15, 20-point day than I do. I'm afraid if I start Jameis Winston, he's going to get me like negative points, Like, I don't even think we can go with Winston. I don't even think we can go with Winston, man, Because he's just like his floor isn't high enough for me. Winston might have one of the better ceilings. This week, but his floor is fucking dog shit. Oh, Trevor Lawrence is out here. Why don't we want to play Trevor Lawrence against Houston? Wait, what the fuck? We didn't even see this right. We didn't even type this in. How did we miss Trevor Lawrence? We missed him. Did somebody just drop him? Somebody just dropped him a second ago. Like in real time. They just literally did it. Look at this. Allen the family just dropped Traylon Burks just a minute ago. Literally 2 minutes ago. We want Lawrence. That's the other guy we want. Holy fuck. Okay, so he just dropped... Who's he making room for? What's this guy doing here? He just dropped... I told you there were teams with 2 quarterbacks. See, he was one of the teams with 2 quarterbacks. He could have gotten a running back off of me. He needs help at running back, too. Hey. They're not thinking like me, bro. We're going to get Lawrence then, maybe, which he is not going to be available for a few days. So we wouldn't be able to get him right away. So we still have to pick up a different quarterback now, but we could get Lawrence later now that he's been dropped. Holy shit and fuck. He's playing Houston's defense this week. Oh, Houston's actually done good against quarterbacks so far this year. At Indy, home against the Giants. Okay, Denver's not good, but then the other games are okay. Oh, he's playing in London against Denver? Okay. He was throwing the ball 40 fucking times. Philly, obviously not a great game. He had like 5 turnovers, I think, against Philly, didn't he? He'll do better this week at home against Houston, won't he? Anyway, it's an option. Let's, Lawrence, 11. I just think that the Geno play, and honestly, I think the Zach Wilson play is even the better one. Because Geno Smith has been in the league for like fucking forever, right? And we know him. We know he's capped. Geno Smith might have a good 30-point week every once in a while or something. He's a quarterback and he's a good player, but he's capped, and we know that he's capped because he's Geno Smith. Whereas Zach Wilson is a new player in the league. He just came into the league last year. We don't really know what we're getting with this guy. So in a good way, it could be good. It could be that Zach Wilson is a fucking stud running around. I mean, he caught a touchdown pass last week. It said he made a handful of impressive throws against a strong defense. He's worth adding in Superflex leagues. I mean, I think I might play him this week. The Jets were patient bringing him back from his injury or whatever. Like, what if this young Zach Wilson has a higher floor than we know, you know? It's going to be tough at Green Bay, at Denver, home against New England, home against Buffalo, though. Look at that. And then he has a bye, and then he's against New England again. It's just dreadful. Jacksonville's defense in the playoffs, Buffalo's defense. He's playing tough defenses. Gino isn't the sexy pickup for us this week, honestly. I think I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence than Gino for the same reason I like Wilson. Get the young guys that maybe are better than we know. We haven't really seen them play. Jacoby Brissett has been pretty consistent on the points, but he's once again a capped guy. They're playing the Chargers defense. Not really anything to like about that. We're not playing Kenny Pickett against Buffalo. There's just nothing to really do here. It's actually sick how bad the streaming of quarterback is this week. Matt Ryan at Denver. It's so bad. Derek Carr is actually the guy you fucking want. Maybe we should just pick Carr back up. Because we know Kansas City is going to score a bunch of points. We pick Carr back up and we play him this week and then we drop him because he's on a bye. And we don't worry about the bye, That might actually be the play. No one's going to pick up Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence or Gino anyways, They'll be there next week. If we don't want Carr, we can't have Carr next week because he's on a bye. We could drop Carr next week and then pick up one of these three guys, right? I think we want Bridgewater or Carr. And if we can't get those two, which we should be able to get one of those two. Then we go Wilson, Lawrence, Gino, but really it's Wilson, Gino because we can't get Lawrence till later on in the week. When we think about all these quarterbacks out here, then we probably fuck trading for a quarterback. I'm not trading a running back for a quarterback. I'll trade a running back for a wide receiver. We have, and let's just think about this. This is, we don't have to think this far ahead because it's Tuesday, not Thursday or Friday, but which running backs would you start if you were me with these matchups? Aaron Jones, it looks like they're playing in London or some shit. All these fucking London-ass games. Why? 6:30 a.m. They must be playing overseas, right? So we got Aaron Jones against the Giants on a neutral field. Miles Sanders at Arizona. Joe Mixon at Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins home against Cincinnati. Clyde Edwards-Helaire home against Vegas. Cam Akers, no one's playing him. We need to start three of them. Which three would you start? I think that Miles Sanders, out of all of these players, is the number one guy we have to start. I think it's kind of obvious. I don't think we can bench Aaron Jones when he's capable of 30 points and he's getting the targets he's getting in a good offense. I think Aaron Jones just has to be started, I think that you have to start Aaron Jones. And I think that you have to start Miles Sanders in that Philly offense, especially when he had 28 points last week and he's getting more of the touches. The problem for me is that I guess I kind of feel like I want to start Dobbins over Mixon. You like Dobbins over Mixon too? Who won this trade? Cordarrelle Patterson's hurt for the year. So I feel like whoever is getting Cordarrelle Patterson probably loses. Conklin and Pitts. This is impossible to determine, man. Is Pitts? I'll tell you what. I got Pitts on my bench here against Tampa Bay. He's got a tough remaining schedule. The Baltimore run defense is good. Honestly, I don't like Mixon, man. I don't like Mixon. This is my only Mixon share. Look at it. He hasn't done anything. He's the running back for the Bengals. Look at this guy. 80 yards, 50 yards, 5 fantasy points against the Jets, and they won the game? They won the game by 2 scores against the Jets, and he had 5 fantasy points. What the fuck? I've never liked Mixon. I took him because he was the best player available, and now we're getting ready to not even start him. I think Dobbins, just with the eye test. I watched the Baltimore-Buffalo game last week because it was the 1 o'clock game that was on TV. Dobbins looked good. Dobbins looked really good. He looked really good. I don't like Mixon because Mixon is dog shit. You know, Mixon had like 3 carries within the 1 yard line last week too and didn't score. He's fully back. He looked fully back. I mean, just what I'm saying. Just watching him play. I mean, the guy was cutting and fucking like, he looked dynamic. It looked like if Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins just ran the college option play every play, that they would win every game by 3 touchdowns is what it looked like, honestly. The eye test on Dobbins. I think we're going to end up starting Dobbins, and I don't know, it's my only Mixon share, and I got a couple Dobbins shares, but if we start Dobbins here, see, the problem for me is that if we start Dobbins here, then we're probably going to want to start him on the other team I have him, but I don't know that he can start on the other team that I have, because I think the other running backs are just too good, but we'll see. We'll see when we get to the next team. Well, I appreciate the advice on that. I think that is kind of the way to go. DK Metcalf has to be started. I'm starting Gerald Everett over Njoku and Pitts. I mean, I can't play Pitts against Tampa Bay's defense when Pitts hasn't scored all year. I don't think we can play him. So it's between Njoku and Everett. I already have Chubb on a few other teams, and I have Amari Cooper on another team, and like I guess how many Browns players can I really start is what I'm thinking, and the Chargers defense is supposed to be good, right? Supposed to be. Gerald Everett has 22 targets the last 3 games. He has 3 double-digit point weeks. I mean, obviously, Herbert knows that Everett's an option. He's playing some tough defenses here. I don't know. I think we're going to go with Everett. I have Everett on a few other teams, too, where I don't have Njoku. I like playing the same players because I'm rooting for them to score a bunch of points, and I want to get the points on all my teams. I don't want them to be left on my bench. So if I'm starting Dobbins here over Mixon, then the other team that has Dobbins, I should start him. That's kind of how I feel. Last week, I did defer from that a little bit. I had Miles Sanders started in one league, and I had him benched in another because I had like different players, just a different construction of my roster. So that's how it ended up. But obviously, I wish I started Sanders everywhere. I think it's just better to bet on them scoring everywhere than not. You know, I think Ryan Suckup against Atlanta, home stadium. Atlanta's not a great team. I think that we should ride Suckup here. I don't really want to drop Juju. I know that he hasn't done great, and I know that I'm not starting him right now, but just the fact that Mahomes looks so fucking good, and the Chiefs in general look so fucking good, I think we want to keep him. Like, out of all the, like, I'd rather have him on my roster than Renfro or Woods or DuVernay or any of these guys. Pretty sure. I mean, well, Scantling's out there. That's another Chiefs receiver. But I think Juju would be the more consistent target anyway. Scantling's more of like a higher variance player, isn't he? Juju gets more consistent targets. I think I'm going to start Garrett Wilson over Juju, though, this week. I don't know if I should. That's another tough decision. Like, do we start Garrett Wilson or Juju? I mean, Juju doesn't have a touchdown yet this year, man. You got to think Mahomes wants to give his boys some love and give them some touchdowns. Division game, home game. Garrett Wilson didn't do great with Zach Wilson last week, so, you know, do they have as much chemistry as Garrett Wilson had with Flacco? That's, I guess, a question. I don't know, man. We might want to go Juju and hope Juju scores Monday night game. Miami's got a good defense, too. But then again, Miami's got a good team. They can end up blowing them out, and then Garrett Wilson gets a bunch of points in junk time, where with Kansas City, if Kansas City ends up blowing out Vegas, Juju Smith-Schuster could be on the fucking bench in the fourth quarter, you know? That's why I like Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson because he's on the fucking Jets. So the Jets are going to lose, and then they're going to throw the ball 20 times in the fourth quarter, and then Garrett Wilson just inevitably is going to score fantasy points, right? I like running backs for winning teams, and I like wide receivers for losing teams. I've always been that way, right? That's the way to be. You want the wide receivers for the losing teams playing catch-up, and you want the running backs that are getting the ball in the fourth quarter, killing the clock, scoring that game-cinching touchdown. Beer, I feel that way. I do. Or one of the receivers. Now, Mahomes did say at the beginning of the year, yo, fantasy football people, I'm going to be spreading the ball around. I'm sure he will, but I think Juju is just a better player than these other receivers they have. Obviously, Kelsey's their number one receiver in a way, but Juju's the best of the rest, I think. I think we got to just keep him on the roster. We've got a couple of quarterback options here in Bridgewater and Carr, and I don't think that they're both going to get picked up. So I think that our quarterback this week is probably going to be Bridgewater or Carr. Defense, I want Jacksonville's defense. I kind of am worried that someone's going to use the waiver wire. If they do, then we're going to go for Denver or Kansas City, which Kansas City is playing against Derek Carr. So if we get Derek Carr, then we don't want Kansas City's defense. So it's another little hiccup there to think about, right? I think I might just keep Njoku. Like, my running backs are so good on this team. Why do I want Claypool or Pickens or DuVernay? I mean, I just don't care about them as much as I think blocking with Njoku. I don't think I want to drop Njoku. I don't think it's happening. I think I'm going to keep him. I actually think I'm going to keep him. I'm not even doing this. I don't even want any of those players. My mind's made up. And, like, me talking about how I want to trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a wide receiver, as soon as one of these 5 good running backs gets hurt, then I'm going to be wishing I had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know? It's kind of a funny thing. Right now, it feels like I have all this running back depth, but as soon as Miles Sanders tears his fucking ACL tomorrow, you know, then we're going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm glad we got some more running back depth. That's right. Yeah, the Pittsburgh wide receivers are a good chance, I think. Corey Davis for the Jets. DuVernay. I think those are the guys to look at. I don't really like these Buccaneers wide receivers. Yeah. But I'm not going to drop Njoku for him, man. Because I already like Wilson and Schuster about as much as I like those Pittsburgh wide receivers anyway. And I want to block my opponents from getting... These tight ends are not scoring this year, and I want to hoard them all, you know? In a very, very douchey, competitive sort of way. Because I'm going to get to, like, week 10, and I'm going to be playing against Njoku, who I dropped for a 4th wide receiver to be on my bench, and then Njoku's going to end up beating me. All right, let's see if there's anyone who is... Let's see if there's anyone who has a wide receiver or quarterback that we desire who also is desperate for running back. Anyone desperate for running back? Okay, this guy's got Connor, Penny, Madison, Hall, Pollard. Not great running backs, but I don't know that we could really call this guy desperate for running back. Honestly, he kind of should be. Another thing that's interesting here is he has 2 Bengals wide receivers. Does he really want to play both of them every week? Right now, Higgins is outscoring Chase on the year, huh? Like, and he has Amari Cooper, too. Which I don't... See, that's funny. I have another share of Cooper on another team, so maybe I want Cooper, you know? Like, if I offered this guy Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Cooper, wouldn't he say yeah? He would be able to start Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He'd have another... He'd have, you know... Like, maybe I should offer him Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Higgins or something. I wonder if they would think that that's fair. He gives me Higgins. I give him Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Evaluate trade. Nah, they think I'm winning the trade. Because I guess they're both flex players, and they're both going to get put in the flex, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is better, I guess. But, I mean, what's he going to do when he doesn't have a running back to start in a couple of weeks? He's going to go with Pollard and Breece Hall. Breece Hall could be good. Yeah, like I said, this guy isn't maybe desperate enough. Let's see this guy's roster construction. Okay, this guy, look at this guy's running backs. Kamara, and he's got Ingram as a backup. Khalil Herbert, who's doing okay, but, I mean, shit. Do you really want the Bears running back? He's got Kenneth Walker, who hasn't been doing anything. He has no one else. What is this guy going to do? Okay, their bye weeks aren't until 14. What's this guy going to do week 14? He has no running backs. His quarterback is Josh Allen, but he's obviously not going to give us Josh Allen. What do you think about Deontay Johnson? Or do you like Claypool better? He's not going to give us Jefferson. And he's not going to give us A.J. Brown. So, I mean... Oh, he's got Godwin, too. He's got Godwin, Johnson, Jefferson, and A.J. Brown. Should we go for Godwin or something? Should we go for Godwin? I don't really want Deontay Johnson. I think that... Alright, let's try this. Aha! Look at that! It says Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Godwin is pretty fair for both of us. And we would be starting Godwin right away. What do you guys think about this? And I don't really want Clyde Edwards-Helaire because it's my only share of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't think he's going to do as good as he's been doing at the beginning of this year. And I already have Juju, too. So, like, I'd rather Juju just be the guy who goes off for the rest of the year. Dudes. You think this would work? Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Godwin. Should we want Godwin? Should we want Godwin? I mean, Mike Evans is on the team. The Buccaneers spread the ball around. Tom Brady spreads the ball around. But he did just have 10 targets. And we know this guy is online because we just saw him make a drop. He might be around to accept this right now. This guy's got Barkley and Cook. Okay, yeah, this guy doesn't need running backs, so skipping that. This guy's got Damian Harris. I have a couple of Damian Harris shares, and I'm actually trying to get him in the starting lineup this week because Detroit has the worst run defense. And it's just like Harris and Stevenson, and they got no quarterback. Look at this. He's got 18 rushes this week. Like, I'm liking Damian Harris right now, you guys. What's up, Whale? How's it going? This guy's got Harris, Hunt, Wilson. Yeah, this guy's running backs are pretty good. I mean, they're not great, but once again, he doesn't look like a player that we could abuse or exploit or whatever for a trade. This guy's got Najee, Jamal Williams, Zeke, Jacobs. This guy's got good running backs. We can't fuck with him. Jumping Jets. This is the team we're playing this week. He's got Fournette, Eckler. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's got good running backs. Nut Squash has Edmonds, Taylor, Henderson. Ooh, this guy's got nothing going, right? This guy needs some running back help. This guy actually traded me DJ Moore for Clyde Edwards-Helaire or something. He made an offer. He made me an offer this week, but I declined it. I would go for Evans. Evans is the only wide receiver he has that I like. I would give him Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Evans, but I don't think he's going to do it. I don't know that he really should do it. Yeah, he's getting fucked too hard on that. That's not happening. Scott's Tots. He's got McCaffrey, Javonte on the IR. Uh-oh. You need a running back, bro. A.J. Dillon, not doing great. This guy might just be giving up. 2-2. You're in 4th place. Wow. He's got Amar St. Brown. He's got CeeDee Lamb, Mike Williams, Romeo Doubs, Elijah Moore, DJ Shark. Well, he's got a lot of receivers. What the fuck? So I do have another Amon St. Brown share on another team, so it'd be kind of cool to get him in this league too. I can maybe trade him Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Amar St. Brown. I mean, this guy needs running backs so desperately that out of all the teams we've looked at, this is the guy to screw. If there's anyone here who should be getting screwed, it's this guy. Dude, Amar St. Brown's a stud. And we have him on another team. This guy's running backs are so fucked. He's got a hurt running back here. He's got two running backs on his team. And we just looked at who's available. Like, this guy's what's this guy's waiver? Scott's Tots. What's his waiver?
Scott's Tots' waiver is last. Yeah! He's so fucked. That's so good for us. Okay. Let's look at this guy's team real quick. He's got Chubb and Henry. No deal there. Team. Oh, that's me. So that's it. So Scott's Tots, and who is the other team? We thought maybe Allen the family. Allen the family and Scott's Tots. Allen the family, we can go for Godwin, I guess. We know he's not going to give us Jefferson. I don't really want Deontay Johnson. I don't really think he's going to give us A.J. Brown either. And honestly, I don't really want A.J. Brown because I have so many Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders shares already. I don't want A.J. Brown too. I would take a share of Godwin though. But I guess I'm more excited about getting Amar St. Brown because I have him on my other team too. So it'd be my second Amar St. Brown share. And I think this guy's fucked. Like, I think this guy's just going to have to say yes. I think he's just going to auto say, fuck yeah, give me... I think he's going to, like, fist pump, and he's going to be like, fuck yes, give me Clyde Edwards-Helaire from our St. Brown, please. Because this guy has no running backs. What is he going to do? And he has waiver 10, so he's not going to get Algier, and he's probably not going to get Latavius Murray either. And then there's no one else out there. So the guy is just as fucked as you can be. I want St. Brown. I'll give you Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's my only Clyde Edwards-Helaire share, and I don't even want him. I think he's going to say... It says it's making his team worse, but I think he's going to say yes. I think that's the point. We're screwing him. Let's do it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Amar St. Brown. Is he going to come back this week, though? I mean, I would like to play him this week. Detroit's defense is so bad, they're going to be throwing so much. Look how many receivers this guy has. It's almost like this guy has been loading up on receivers, hoping that he can trade a receiver for a running back, you know? He knows he has no running backs. What are you going to do with all these wide receivers, man? Zay Jones, Jan Dotson, Michael Gallup, DJ Shark, Elijah Moore. This guy's like the king of mediocre wide receivers. So to him, he doesn't care. Like, he's going to give me Amar St. Brown. He's still going to have two other receivers for Detroit. He's going to have Dalbs. He's going to have Williams. He's going to have CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have all these guys. So what's it to him? I think this is the offer. I'm just going to put, you need RB, I need wide receiver. Don't type anything. Just send it to him. Boom. Sent trade to Scott's Tots. This is your way out, Scott's Tots. Oh my god, if we can get Amar St. Brown, oh my god. I'll be so happy. And we can start Metcalf and St. Brown each week. Oh, baby. And we still are going to have Juju in case they start to go nuts. Ah, man. It's taken us longer on this first team than I thought it would. That's right. I think this team needs more work than the rest because we had no quarterback. We had to evaluate all that. Okay, let's go to the next team. Alrighty, this team's 3-1. This is the $250 league. The other leagues are $500 buy-ins, and this league is only $250. So of course I'm kicking ass, right? Because it's the cheap one. This guy dropped Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I don't really like this play. I guess he was going for like, oh, if Fournette gets hurt Sunday night, right? That's what he was doing. He was playing that. He was playing that game. So we're 3-1, and we're in third. And our waiver is... See, this league, our waiver is number 2. So there could be like a scenario where we actually want to use our waiver this week. Let's see who's available first. Let's start there. I always do it the same way. Quarterback. Rostered. Boom. Alright, so... Boom. Tua is out there, and he's on IR, so I don't know. He wouldn't be a bad guy to put on our IR, although we do have Jalen Hurts already, so we don't really care that much. But it'd be nice to keep him away from other people, possibly. Swap price for Tua IR. Okay, Lawrence is out there. We already talked about him. I cannot stand Carson Wentz. I can't believe that he's 55% owned. I think he's an awful quarterback. All right, Jared Goff's out there. Now this team though, we have Jalen Hurts, so we're not giving a shit, you know, about quarterback really. Alright, wide receivers. Garrett Wilson is actually available, and so is Elijah Moore, another Jets guy. I kind of like this Duvernay. Mooney is available for the Bears. Claypool is available. Gallup is available. I guess Gallup wasn't available in the other league, huh? Somebody had him. Yeah, that guy we actually traded with, I think, had him on his bench. Pickens is available. See, like, out of the Steelers receivers, who do you like best? Deontay Johnson, Claypool, or Pickens? Like, they have too many fucking guys anyways, and their team sucks, and they got a rookie quarterback, and, like, I just don't think I can do it. DJ Shark could be a good ad. Detroit's throwing the ball fucking every down. Landry, Palmer's not going to be great for good, though. He's only because there's no Keenan Allen. Is he getting as much action as he is? And then Scantling. Great. Who are the wide receivers that we talked about here? Davis and Beckham. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing Corey Davis is available. Yeah. Well, this is really weird. Where are the running backs? Just Gainwell. Yikes. This is why, see, like, I want to pat myself on the back, because this is why I drafted as many running backs as I did in the draft. And everyone was going, hey, bro, why are you drafting so many running backs? It's because you get to this point in the season, and look at the running backs that are available. Literally nobody. Only this Algier guy, because Patterson got hurt. That's the only reason. These other guys are pretty much worthless. And, when it comes to wide receivers, look how many wide receivers are available right now. So, like, when you're thinking about draft time and you're picking your Jamar Chases and your Cooper Kupps in the first round when you could be loading up on a running back, at any point, week 6, you could pick up fucking the number 1 receiver for the Jets, you know, who are going to be throwing a lot. You can pick up Gallup. You can pick up DJ Shark for the Lions right now. They can score 15 points this week just as easy as Jamar Chase can, you know. These running backs are barren. Fucking barren, yo. Yep, Rachaad White is rostered in this league. Okay, why is Dalton Schultz available here? Like, is that weird? Should Schultz be rostered? I don't really know much about Schultz. I guess he hasn't been doing as good with Cooper as quarterback compared to Dak. I don't really know much. I know he had a decent year last year. I know there's not a lot of tight end scoring this year, which might make him an attractive ad. Hill, Cox, Disley. I don't think Hill is available here. Somebody actually has him. Yeah, somebody has him. Sicko. People are sick. Where are we at? Yo, what's up? Not much, man. Tuesday, Bluesday, setting up my fantasy teams. I got groceries ordered. I got Uber Eats ordered. I got it all sorted out. Got White Claws on the way. Definitely, dude. It'll come in handy for sure. Did you hear there was a shooting here last week? I was walking to Ollie today. What's up, Nicholas Albert? I was walking to Ollie today, and I saw that dude who lives across the street who kind of looks kind of creepy or whatever, but he's nice, and he walks around all slow. You know that guy? Bald guy? I always give him the wave, you know? So I gave him the wave, and then some lady pulled up in a car, some minivan, and she, I don't know, just pulled up beside him. He looked at her. I don't know if they knew each other or what, but she was like, hey, do you live around here? I, overheard their conversation. She was like, hey, do you live around here? He was like, yeah. And she was like, do you know anything about what happened last week? And then I heard him mentioning shots to her. And I was like, what? So I didn't hear much else. And I went inside and looked it up online. Yeah, there was a 19-year-old shot and killed, right there. Not, the Terrace Oaks Apartments or something right there. Dude, something weird happened, too, late. You were sleeping, but I don't know if I heard... this happened last Thursday, so this wasn't the day this happened. This was more recent, but I heard a weird fucking noise,
I wasn't here last Thursday.
Yeah, last Thursday's when it happened.
I was in,
but
Morganton.
I don't think last Thursday is when I heard this weird noise. I think it was just a couple days ago, man. There's some crime activity around here, bro. I need to be careful. People breaking into cars and shit, whatever. I didn't hear gunshots, so I heard some loud fucking,
Must have gone on my car with some change.
Well, they got those guys that were doing that. I saw that news story when I was looking up the gunshot from last week because there was all. And then it was showing me everything.
I want my batteries back. I want my change back. I want my umbrella back.
They went through your shit?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
When?
It's like a year ago. They didn't really steal anything.
Why didn't you tell me? We should have called the cop. Well, it's been a thing.
Homeboy beside us, he's got the security camera.
We should have told someone,
I
man.
was like, hey.
It's been a thing around here. People breaking into cars. It's like their favorite thing to fucking do around here.
I just keep it. I didn't lock it. It was my fault. I just keep it locked now. They're just going around seeing what's unlocked and what's not.
Yeah, well, that's what the report says. That there's 4 people pulling on car doors.
Fault, man. They got me for my change, man. And my battery.
That's fucked up. Might as well grab him. I mean, I don't know that we can, but he should definitely be rostered, right? He should be rostered is the thing, you know? And, somebody is probably going to roster him. I don't know that we can, but maybe. We're going to check it out. We will check it out. Right now, this is my system. First, I look at the free agents. We just did it with the last team. First, I look at our record, our waiver priority, what place we're in. We write that down. Then we go to the free agency list, and then we write down everyone who's 30% owned or higher, and then we write down other names that we maybe didn't think of. I make the names bold if there's somebody that is like an attractive ad or somebody we might want, right? I usually make their name all caps. I have like little things I do, right? Try to keep things organized and keep things actually easier on us in the long run, you know? Let's write down these defenses, and we're going to check out our roster. Keep this lowercase. I see. Denver is a good ad this week, so I guess I'll make them bold. Who's our our defense is Dallas, so we might... Oh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Orleans, 14. Minnesota's a good ad this week for defense. They play Chicago. New England buys 10. Kansas City's buys 8. Cincinnati's buys 10. Okay, there you go. And Miami could be a good ad this week as well, and Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Miami. And actually, Tennessee, probably not bad. Did we put Tennessee up here? No, we didn't. Alright, fuck Tennessee. Fuck Tennessee, then. Oh, yeah, I need to text this person. Shit. This lady's really nice. You can pick like a preferred shopper and stuff. This lady's super nice, so she's kind of my regular shopper now. Carolina's defense, man, like, they're so fucking good. But they're playing but the team is bad. Offense is bad. And it's going to put their defense in so many bad positions, you know? And they're playing San Francisco, Rams, Tampa Bay. Yeah, 2 touchdowns last 2 weeks, Panthers defense. They're definitely like an elite defense, but I don't think they can really be rostered because the team sucks so bad that fucking Baker Mayfield's going to throw a pick and then back the defense up, and it's just going to be like a shit show the whole time, you know? Kind of thing. Okay, this is defense wins championships. All right, let's look at our roster. Make sure that this is up to date, because a lot of times it's not. Oh yeah, I should probably, like, whatever, just get rid of this thing I was doing. I tried to do something else with this, but it's kind of not. It's not saving me time as much as it's costing me time. It's too much to keep up with, really. I was keeping up with like how many shares of each player I had, but it's just kind of like annoying when you're making as many moves as we are and shit all the time. It's not like I'm really going to keep up with it, so whatever. I must have been high or whatever the other day and was doing this. Let's just get rid of this shit. Okay. Okay, so we have Jalen Hurts. We have Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf. We have Amari Cooper on this team, and we do not have Shepard anymore. Chubb, Akers, Eckler, Sanders, Henderson, Jamal, Mostert, Edwards, and Price in the IR. That's it, right? And then we got Everett, Waller. I think that's it, right? Tucker and Dallas. Okay, so Justin Tucker is our kicker here. I mean, this dude's the man. We're going to be keeping him. Okay, so I was going to drop Dallas defense this week for Jacksonville, but Dallas's defense is so fucking good, and the Rams' offense honestly doesn't look that great, that I think I kind of want to play them against the Rams. The week after that, they play Philly. That's kind of tough, and Detroit's offense has been scoring a lot, so that's kind of tough, but tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Dallas's defense is so good that we maybe just want to keep them, you know? I guess it sucks that they're playing Philly in what looks like a playoff week. That could be bad. I kind of want to keep them, you know? I might want to play him this week anyway. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if Boris Chen was up to date. Week 5, wow, it is up to date. We need this too. We didn't look at that for the other team. Where are we at? Let's go to the first team again real quick. Because we wanted to look at what? Dobbins and Mixon and all this. He's got Mixon in tier 2, man. He loves Mixon. Half-point running back. He's got Mixon almost in tier 1. And we're starting J.K. Dobbins over him. He's got J.K. Dobbins all the way down here. And he's higher variance, which makes sense, I suppose. He's got Miles Sanders, tier 4. He's got James Robinson and Jamal Williams in their own tier in tier 3. Not that this guy has to know everything. You know, we don't have to listen to this guy. Is it a lot of money? Yeah. 3 of these leagues were $500 buy-ins, and the 4th league is a $250 buy-in. If we win, you win thousands, mate. You win like $2,000 in the $500 leagues, so we could potentially win like... If we won all 4 leagues, we'd win like $7,000 or something. Yeah, 3 of them are $500 buy-ins. One of them's $250. This one's our $250 buy-in. That's why we're 3-1, because it's the cheapest league. So of course, or no, not this one, but the one we were looking at. Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at this Duke Bros tiers, man, he's got Everett in tier 3 with Pitts. He backed Pitts up, so that's cool to see. Njoku's tier 4, so yeah, maybe going Everett's a good thing. He's got Wilson tier 6 and Schuster tier 6. So, yeah, the decisions we felt like were close, but, yeah, he doesn't like Dobbins. He wants Mixon. The thing about J.K. Dobbins that's tough, too, is that if they do a goal line run, they could give it to Lamar Jackson, you know? They could give it to Lamar Jackson on the goal line run. If you're talking Mixon, you know, they're going to hand it to Mixon. This guy's got DK Metcalf and Amari Cooper as tier 4s. He's got Jamal Williams as a number 3, third tier running back. But I don't know, man. Against New England's defense, and Swift might be coming back this week. Maybe he won't be. I think I got to go with Sanders, Eckler, and Chubb. I don't think I can start Jamal Williams over Sanders, especially since I have Sanders starting on the other team, right? This team also has Mostert. This team's got Akers and Henderson. This team's great. We got 2 tight ends, Waller and Everett. He likes Waller over Everett. But see, I'm starting Everett in the other league, right? I'm starting Everett in the other league, so I want to start him here and say he has a big week and scores me all the points. I have a lot of Chargers and Browns on this team. It's kind of weird. We know we want to swap our IR guy out for Tua. That's the thing. We can't really drop anyone. We can't drop Everett or Waller. We can't drop Cooper. We can't drop Jamal Williams. We can't drop Cam Akers. We can't drop Mostert. We can't drop any of these guys, right? Unless, I thought about this last night, unless we drop Henderson. Because it's hard to start Akers or Henderson anyway, right? Obviously, if Cam Akers got hurt tomorrow, we're going to wish we kept Henderson. But, I mean, we have so many other running backs anyways. We have Chubb, we have Eckler, we have Sanders, we have Jamal Williams. So this is like... And we have Mostert from Miami. Honestly, that's pretty good too. So... Why do we need both Rams running backs on our team? We're not even starting either of them anyways. If Cam Akers gets hurt, which he's probably not going to, and if he does, okay, Henderson's a better player, but we'd still probably start these guys anyway. They all have different bye weeks. We can fill in Jamal Williams or Cam Akers or Mostert on their bye weeks. And then they're playing every other week. Chubb, Eckler, Sanders. I mean, there's no way to bench those 3 guys anyway. These guys are purely backups. So we could just drop Henderson. So I think that the play is we drop Henderson for Jacksonville defense. And we keep Dallas's defense because we don't want to give anyone else Dallas's defense. And Dallas's defense is so fucking good that they haven't scored a touchdown yet, even though they're getting these turnovers and sacks out the ass. It's coming. The Cowboys' defensive touchdowns are coming. They're playing Danny Dimes again. They're playing Kirk Cousins. They're playing Justin Fields. They're playing the Lions. They're playing fucking the Colts. They're playing Texans. I don't know, man. It could be this thing where Dallas' defense is so good that you can just start them every week. So I don't really want to drop them. I think the play is drop Henderson for Jacksonville's defense. I think that's the play. This team needs wide receivers way less than the last team did. Last team was starting Metcalf and Garrett Wilson and had Schuster on the bench. This team has Metcalf and Tyreek Hill and Amari Cooper. We're fine at wide receiver here. We don't really care about Garrett Wilson and these other guys on this team. Those tight ends, Schultz and Njoku available, but we are rostering Waller and Everett. And so... Also, it's tough to start Chubb, and we're going to have Cooper, and we're going to have Njoku. Like, that's why I was talking about dropping Njoku on the other team, because I was like, I'm not going to play this guy, but we don't want other people to play him against us. That's definitely true. If he's going to be a tight end, maybe our starting tight end will score us 15 points, and Njoku will score 10, but we don't want somebody else to have that 10 points against us. We want to block. We have waiver number 2. I mean, I guess there's just no way we're going to be spending it. I guess we'll just hold on to it for a better week. I'm not going to spend my number 2 waiver on Algier from the Falcons. It's not happening. I'm not spending my number 2 waiver on wide receivers when we already have good wide receivers. There's no running back out there I really want. There's nothing attractive. Honestly, the defense is what I'd want more than anything. Now let me look at something real quick. This team, we might be done. This team's easy. That's how I felt the teams were going to be. I think that first team is the toughest one. I think we're going to kind of fly through these next few. So yeah, this week, Jacksonville and Minnesota projected to do way better than Dallas's defense, right? But the Rams they threw a pick 6 last night. The Rams, didn't they? Matt Stafford didn't look so great. I think that the Dallas defense could do better than we think in LA. They're saying that these teams are projected more, but Dallas could pick 6 Stafford's ass, man. You know? I think I just kind of want to stick with Dallas's defense anyway. Now, I do like Jacksonville's defense, though, because they're a good defense, too. We can play matchups. Whichever defense is doing better, we get to block this defense from another team. I think these defenses are important, man. They score 10 points sometimes. Let's look at, so far this year, average a game. Let's look at all teams. So Dallas is the, top 10 so far. Where's Jacksonville? Oh, Jacksonville's there too. There's Denver, there's Carolina. I already talked to you guys about Carolina. Green Bay is supposed to have a good defense too. Seattle's defense is dog shit, but they've been scoring points. There's New England's defense all the way down here. New England gave up 37 points to Baltimore. get through it. You have an excellent day. Thank you again. Is that all I ordered? I guess so. I ordered like 4 items. She's so nice. Boom. And my Uber Eats is here too. Let's go. Holly, we got all the White Claws. Holly, we got all the White Claws, bro. There's no lack of White Claw. I don't like the projection for Dallas's defense this week. I think that they could do great against the Rams. I think that they could do great. I think they could pick 6 Stafford. These are the best defenses so far this year. Points per game. Through 4 games. The top 4 teams are rostered: Philly, San Francisco, Buffalo, and Tampa Bay. And they're obviously all going to get started this week against Arizona, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta. So those defenses will remain rostered. New York Giants guy, NYGZ, is probably going to want to drop his Pittsburgh defense, and he's probably going to want to get Jacksonville. I'm guessing this guy is going to just roll with Baltimore against Cincinnati. I don't know. He might want to drop his defense too, right? This guy's definitely going Green Bay against the Giants. This guy's got the Giants defense. So there's going to be teams that are... there's going to be teams that want a different defense. Am I tall? I am not tall. I am very short, according to heights and the average height and this and that. I know you're tall. All the Australians are tall. It's like... something in the water. No, that's not true either. Food's here. People are going to want different defenses this week. But I'm not that worried about getting Jacksonville or not because we have Dallas. Who do we... Oh, we're trying to drop Pittsburgh for Jacksonville here. Jacksonville, Denver, or Kansas City. And here's Jacksonville again. We go Jacksonville or Dallas. You know, it's kind of interesting. A lot of people don't really give a shit about kickers and defense, but I do. I do care about kickers and defense because I care about winning and I care about everything. And I do think that there's point discrepancies each week everywhere to be had. If you play the right people or play the wrong people, right? It'll cost you a few points. Do we spend our number 2 waiver on Jacksonville defense? On the outset, seems like a pretty bad / dumb idea, but the thing is that our roster is so good. Hurts is so in there. Tyreek Hill is so in there. We got 2 other good receivers. We have all these, we have players that we know are going to start every single week. We're never going to do anything but start them. We don't need a bunch of depth on this team. We can roster 2 quarterbacks or 2 defenses on this team and not give a shit. And we can block them from other people, which is nice. We said that Jacksonville has a nice run coming up. Houston, Indy, Giants, Denver, Vegas. I mean, you can start the Jacksonville defense all 5 of these weeks. And we'll have Dallas defense too, so we're just going to get our pick of the litter here. Now, I don't know, week 10, Dallas is playing Green Bay, and Jacksonville plays Kansas City. So that's fucked. We don't want to play either of those defenses fucking week 10. Isn't that great? The reason why we're not going to spend this waiver is because we got waiver 2. We got waiver 2, and that means that next week we're going to have waiver 1 and whatever. If we have waiver 2 next week, then we want to maybe use it next week when there's an actual good running back or wide receiver to pick up. So I think spending the number 2 waiver on a defense when we already have a Dallas defense that's playable, startable, whatever, seems kind of dumb. So that's it. This team's simple. We're dropping well, honestly, this is the thing that's kind of fucked up though too. Maybe we shouldn't want to drop Henderson for Jacksonville defense because the running backs are rare. And we're going to put a guy who's 78% rostered, who's obviously going to get excitedly picked up by somebody. I don't think this bro's going to do anything, and especially against... God, look at what the Rams have here. Dallas defense, Carolina defense, San Francisco defense, Tampa Bay defense. You wouldn't want to start Cam Akers or Henderson anyways in these games. So that kind of makes me want to drop him, though. Even if Henderson was on my team or Akers was on my team and the other running back got hurt, I still would never, ever want to play them against Carolina, San Francisco, or Tampa Bay's defense. So basically what we're saying is that if I don't drop Henderson this week, he's just going to rot on my fucking bench for the next 5 weeks. Great follicles. Oh, definitely. Look at that. I mean, that's impressive. We're not going to want to play this guy until week 10 anyway. That's the fucked up thing about it. I think it could be really smart to drop him. It's making me kind of second guess, though. It's like, oh, well, someone's going to pick him up. He's a running back. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play him against Tampa Bay or Carolina or whatever. Good fucking luck with that. In all likelihood, he's probably just not going to get the ball very much the rest of the year. Akers is their preferred back anyway, and he's just a waste. And I don't think I need to worry about getting overly cocky about my running back depth because it's pretty good. I mean, we got Chubb, Eckler, Sanders, and Jamal Williams. And we'll still have Akers, and we have Mostert. And hell, we got Gus Edwards coming back in a few weeks, too. Gus Edwards is pretty much like a Henderson, like the backup guy. I think the fact that Henderson has a bad 5 weeks in a row and Jacksonville's defense has a good 5 weeks in a row means we put that chess piece out there for them to take. Who cares if they take them anyway? They're not going to score them anyway. And we take the chess piece off the board that could be scoring against us. We could be playing against Jacksonville's defense, you know, one of these next 5 weeks, and they could be putting up 20 points against us instead of us scoring it. I think it's a good play. Not really sure about it, but it seems like a good play. So that's it. Let's move on to the next team. It's annoying that this is the $250 league, and that's the one where it feels like we have the best team. Although this team, Nick's Chubb, 164 points this week, and they had 170 points 2 weeks ago. So this team's kind of okay. Definitely putting up the points. We just need the wins. We need to start the right players, too. I leave way too many points on my damn bench. We're number 1 in points in this league, and we're 2-2. It's kind of annoying. Our waiver is 6. Somebody dropped Aaron Rodgers? What? Yeah, people are making plays. NFL makes more money than the English Soccer Premier League? Well, why wouldn't it? When you say this to an American, we're like, well, duh. We don't even know what the fuck English Soccer Premier League means. Can you believe that Aaron Bloody Rodgers is available here? Can you believe that Aaron Bloody Rodgers is bloody available here? It's the only league where Boyd has been available. It's the only league where Dotson's been available. Only league where Burks has been available. Yeah, Javonte, but he's out for the year. Guess I'll write it down anyway. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Gainwell, 7. This is the only league where Ingram's been available. She could be a good ad, I guess. White's available. Oh, is this Algar guy not available? Oh, how the fuck do you spell this guy's name? Oh, somebody's already got him. Savvy dog. Savvy dog. He's already got him. Murray. Oh yeah, we didn't look for Latavius. Well, I'm sure Latavius Murray was available. Where is this? Forgot about Murray. This league's got a Joku available. Taysom Hill's available here. He's available in the first league, right? And then, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to want a different kicker this week. Oh, Suckup's out there, so we're going to want Suckup. Bucker's out there, too. He's been hurt. Is he coming back this week? Says he is. Monday night. He has Bucker unranked. Yeah, he might not come back this week. We want Suckup. If we can't get Suckup, then I don't really want Elliott. I'd probably take Gould, honestly. Carolina's not been giving up a lot of points, so they might stifle the Niners. But they might give up the kicks. And maybe that's why Carolina's given up the 4th most fantasy points to kickers this season, because they don't let you in the end zone. Gould could be a good play. Who are kickers over here? Okay, we already had Suckup here, and this one we had Justin Tucker. Yeah, so we're not going to change that. Here we should grab Suckup or Gould. Those are the two I want. Or I guess Bucker if he's coming back. There's no reason for them to rush him back or anything. I'm sure when he comes back, he'll be ready to play. All right. Our defense. Oh, we actually already have Dallas and Jacksonville's defense rostered here, so this is good. We weren't fucking around. LAC. What's up, Bronco Plays? Sorry, man. I just saw your message. Hurts, Sanders, Juju. Yeah, see, it's impossible to answer the question because Jalen Hurts is a quarterback. So who's your other quarterback if you trade away Jalen Hurts? We need to know, like, everyone's roster. Sanders and Juju. Olave and Waddle, Jamal Williams. I mean, Sanders is a way, way, way better player than Jamal Williams, too. Obviously, Olave and Waddle would be an upgrade over Juju. So, like, I kind of see what's going on here, but what's going on with Jalen Hurts? I mean, if you don't have another quarterback, yeah, I think you want to keep Hurt, Sanders, and Juju, man. And what if Juju has a good second half, too? Jamal Williams isn't even their starter, so he's really touchdown dependent when Swift comes back. He's looking good when Swift's hurt, but... yeah, I don't know, man. But the quarterback thing's problematic. You can't just give up your quarterback and not have another option there. And Hurts is a good quarterback to start every week. Okay, so... oh, and Miami's out there. Yeah. Right, it's week 5 projection. Miami, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, let's go back to that first team and see if the trade is still up there. Oh, they rejected it already. They rejected it. What did we offer him? We offered him Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Amar St. Brown. They just, no response, no counter, just wants to reject it. So what's your plan, Scott Stotts? What are you going to do? Who's your running backs going to be? You know Javonte Williams is hurt, right? Whatever, don't counter, I guess. I don't fucking care, man. Fucking waste away with no running backs. Who was the other guy we thought we might want to trade with? This guy. We'll give this guy Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Godwin. Should we fucking do this? Fantasy football trade value chart. What did I say? Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Godwin. What? Godwin's rating. Godwin's rating is 10.72. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is 22. Wow, so... wow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire's rating is pretty high. We need to trade him. Amar St. Brown is rated lower than Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 19. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is rated 22. I should be able to do this. What about... fuck, it says I could get A.J. Brown. I don't want A.J. Brown, though. I have too many Eagles. Mike Evans. Somebody had Mike Evans. Yeah, I should be able to get somebody good for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. Christian Kirk, 20 points. Somebody mentioned him earlier. T. Higgins. Does this guy have Higgins? No, who's he got? Johnson, Jefferson. Yeah, Jefferson's too good. We can't get Jefferson. They say I could get A.J. Brown. We're not going to, and I don't want him. Too many Eagles. Maybe it's not, though. Yeah, I guess it's a little, like, I'm giving him... maybe giving him too much. Mike Williams, 18.95, but I already have Eckler shares. Could maybe go for CeeDee Lamb. I don't love the Cowboys, though, man. He gets those targets, though, boy. God damn. The guy's got 40 targets in 4 games. Try to get the Boris set on to work and it won't show. Did you have issues? No, I think it's like an extension. So you gotta just make sure your extensions, I think, are turned on or something. I don't remember. I did it last year. I don't really remember. It must have went smoothly for me. I don't remember having to mess with anything, dude. This guy wouldn't give me a banged up Amar St. Brown for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, even though he has Christian McCaffrey at running back and A.J. Dillon, and that's it. That's all he has at running back. I mean, what is this guy exactly going to fucking do? He thinks he's going to pick up Algier with his waiver 10? I should fucking use my waiver just to fucking keep this guy from getting him. Wait, where's my team? He has waiver 10, I have waiver 8, so fuck him. Take the best running back available. Oh, it's kind of funny. He's gonna like try to pick up Algier and think that that's gonna make his life easy. Who would we rather have? Algier? There's Algier or Latavius Murray. He doesn't have Latavius Murray on the list because he just got traded. He's got Algier here with Mostert. I mean, Algier definitely needs to be added. He's the guy. This shit is funny, dude. I could use my waiver 8 to pick up Algier just to fuck this guy over, just to force him even more to pick up. But you would think somebody's going to be using their waiver for Algier anyway, wouldn't you? I guess we should try to like look at that. Who has no one's going to use their number 1 waiver on Algier. So it needs to be like the number 7 guy or the 6 guy or the 5 guy that's using their waiver on Algier. Maybe he thinks he's going to use his waiver. Should we use our waiver on Algier and Latavius Murray just to make sure this guy's still fucked on running back this week so we can make the trade we want? Oh, Mike Boone. They can pick up Mike Boone too. Yeah, I mean, Algier is the guy. If you're going to block, you want Algier. It's interesting to me that he rejected the trade. He obviously is paying attention to his teams today. He has no running backs. What the fuck is he going to do? He's just going to go with A.J. Dillon and McCaffrey this week and 3 receivers. He's going to go with CeeDee Lamb and Amar St. Brown, and he's going to go with Mike Williams. That's what he's going to do. Amar St. Brown, Mike Williams, CeeDee Lamb, McCaffrey, and Dillon. And McCaffrey and Dillon don't have a bye week till weeks 13 and 14, so I guess he can play those guys every single week as long as they stay healthy. And he doesn't need to feel desperate for a running back until week 13 or 14. It's kind of weird, but his bye weeks are so late in the year that he could actually just say, fuck off. I know that my running back depth is abysmal, but I'm going to just stick with McCaffrey and Dillon and 3 wide receivers. And I'm going to get my best pick of the 3 wide receivers because I have a shitload of them. And he's going to ride it out all the way to week 13 or 14. And then he'll try to get a running back along the way. So maybe that's why we can't strong arm him. Can't strong arm this fucking guy because his 2 running backs that he has with no depth happen to have the latest bye weeks out of anyone. So he's gonna get away with that shit. Pretty interesting. He's just gonna ride. That's how he's gonna roll. So what's up with this guy? This guy's got Kamara and Herbert. They have bye week 14 too. So he can figure it out by week 14. He doesn't need to be abused by me necessarily. The Godwin-Helaire trade, though, Yahoo said was pretty fair. Godwin isn't as good of a receiver as Amar St. Brown. Amar St. Brown's number 1 receiver on the Lions. Are a losing team. They're going to throw a bunch. Buccaneers are a more balanced team. Godwin isn't going to always have the big weeks. Maybe we should go for this trade with this guy. Maybe this guy will actually do it. But, okay. The problem here, though, is that the trade value chart said that Hilaire is actually way more worth Godwin, you know? Like, we're kind of getting screwed. Oh, shit, I didn't see Michael Thomas here. This guy's got Michael Thomas as well. He has Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, A.J. Brown, Godwin, and Thomas. What's Thomas on the trade value chart? He's probably higher than Godwin. Where the fuck is he? Michael Thomas, 14.8. Yeah, and Godwin was like 12. They got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 22 points. Shit, he's like he's like a top 10 running back on here. I don't want him. I think this is going to be about as high as his shit gets. I don't think he's going to do great the rest of the year necessarily, man. Michael Thomas. I don't have any Saints players, do I? I don't have any Kamara. I don't have any Ingram. I don't have any Olave. I don't have any of them. We would rather have... Who would you rather have? Michael Thomas or Godwin? Probably Michael Thomas, right? How do you feel on Brian Robinson? Someone offered Najee. What? Somebody offered you Najee Harris for Brian Robinson? Is that supposed to be like something I'm supposed to think is actually true? You're not just wasting both our time? Why wouldn't you trade a guy who shot himself in the leg who hasn't done anything in the NFL for Najee Harris? Why would this guy want to do this? Why? I don't get it, man. Is there something I don't know? Did you click accept yet? Oh yeah, I was looking at this. We go for Mike. I guess we go for Michael Thomas, huh? What's his waiver? Third. He might grab Algier or Murray. Go with his Ingram and Kamara. You know what? Here's the thing too. He might not care about Michael Thomas because he's got the running backs for the Saints. So we're like doing him a favor. We're giving him a running back that he kind of needs, and yeah, man, this could work here. Let's try it. This guy's diamond level, man. Tell me you like this trade, diamond level guy. If we're giving up a few on the trade value points, I don't think I really care. Because he's not going to take Akers for him, and I don't want to give up Dobbins or Sanders or Jones or Mixon. Honestly, I don't really like Mixon, but I'm not going to give him my first round pick for Thomas. It's not happening. Maybe I shouldn't mind, but... Oh, they're saying that his team wouldn't improve here? But they say his team will improve if I go for Godwin, huh? Why is Yahoo so unsure about Godwin? Because he's coming back from injury? Yeah, see, this one says it'll help. I think this guy will give us Thomas because he already has the Saints running backs. I could be wrong. Should I throw in one of my tight ends I don't care about? Who are his tight ends? Zach Ertz? He might want a second tight end. We could juice it up. I don't know that it needs juicing, though. I could be like, yeah, and here's Njoku. The thing is we might be able to give him Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Michael Thomas without giving him a tight end. So why give it up? We're sending this offer. Alright, so I was just checking on that trade, and yeah, it did get rejected. We were on this team, and we had just gotten done looking at all the free agents. Now it's time for us to look at our roster. I'm of the opinion that it's good to have a lot of running backs, mate. Ah, shit. Amar St. Brown is off IR. So we're going to have to drop somebody. We're going to have to drop Henderson in this league. I mean, there's just no one else to drop. Unless you want me to drop one of my 2 tight ends. I was going to start Everett over Kittle this week. Kittle against Carolina's D. I'm starting Everett everywhere else. Let's just drop McManus right now. Because we don't want people to know that I'm dropping Henderson. It'll kind of like let our opponents know stuff. We don't want to do that. So we're going to drop McManus. Okay. We don't need a kicker till later. We don't need to pick up a kicker tomorrow anyway if we don't want to, right? So we drop McManus. St. Brown's actually going to be starting this week, assuming he's healthy enough to play. If not, we'll put McLaurin in there. I'm wanting to start Damian Harris against Detroit's defense. Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb. Let's look at this. Murray, Hill, McLaurin, St. Brown. No, Shepard is gone. Oh, we got Reynolds on this team, but Reynolds is the one that we can drop. Reynolds is the guy that we can drop. Reynolds is the guy that we can actually drop. So here we got Jacksonville and Dallas's defense. I already got Jacksonville starting, which I said Dallas's defense might be a good start this week anyway. We have an IR slot available. Gordon just got an upgrade because Javonte got hurt, so this just became a better player on our team, which is cool. This team's pretty good. It's a $500 league. This team's pretty good. This team's got a chance to go all the way. I was already telling you about how I wanted to drop Henderson in that other league. And I might drop him in this league too. I've got Gordon, I've got Jacobs, I've got Harris, I've got Eckler, I've got Chubb. And the only 2 that share a bye week are... oh, no, none of them do they? 9, 8, 10... Okay, Melvin Gordon and Nick Chubb have the same bye week. But other than that, all individual bye weeks. So we can stagger them. Yeah, Reynolds was amazing too. I started him on two of my teams last week. Pretty proud of that move. It's always nice when things work out. This team's pretty good, but you got to start the right people. It's easier said than done, you know? So we need a kicker. Suck up. So we're going to be dropping Reynolds for Suck Up or Gould, right? We're going to be dropping Reynolds for Suck Up or Gould. We need an IR slot. And we might drop... Who did I say I would drop? Oh. Why not take Aaron Rodgers? What the fuck? I'm not going to let somebody else beat me with Aaron Rodgers down the line. He could be a great quarterback this year. I'm not giving up on him. I think we should grab Rodgers. Ingram really shouldn't be out there, you know? If we pick up Murray, then we'll have Gordon and Murray. And we can sort that out. We go into Njoku for the tight end block. I just think having these players on our team might be better than Henderson. Henderson hasn't been doing nothing. 11 rushes in the last 2 weeks. I mean, for 40 yards, I don't know what we're doing him. We could keep him. Rostering 2 quarterbacks doesn't really make any sense. You know, maybe we shouldn't be that attracted to Aaron Rodgers. I just feel like somebody should want to roster him. We can keep him away from somebody. I don't really think we need to drop Henderson here, though, but if I'm going to drop him in the other league, where's the other one? We're going to drop him here. Why keep him here? Should just, if we're dropping the share, if we're dropping the share, let's drop the share. Let's pick up another share. Right? Makes sense to me. No, Henderson's not injured. It's just, the NFL has kind of changed a lot. It used to be that these teams had running backs, and usually it was one guy who got the ball all the time, but now a lot of these teams have running back committees, they call them. And the Rams running backs aren't doing so great. As you can see, this guy's got Cam Akers for the Rams rated here, and he's got the guy I'm talking about dropping, Henderson, rated all the way down here at the bottom. And they both play for the same team, and they're splitting the ball, and neither of them really doing that good, and it's just kind of shitty. Like you said, I have a ton of running backs, so I have other running backs to play that are better than him. Kind of seems like a wasted roster spot at this point. Is there anybody available who's on the IR? Okay, Javonte Williams, but he's out for the year, so we don't want him. Is there anybody out there? Trey Lance is hurt for the year. This guy is coming back. This is a Lions wide receiver? Jameson Williams. Okay. Is he like the only guy? Sammy Watkins. Gus Edwards is out there. That's who we want. Gus Edwards. Edwards or Van Jefferson? I guess Rodgers hasn't been doing so great, huh? I don't know. We're getting rid of Henderson in the other league. I feel like we should get rid of him in this one too. We don't need his ass. He's not hurt. He's just dog shit. This team is just straight stacked. We've got so many running backs here, just like the other teams, but our wide receivers are studs too. St. Brown and Hill. And we got McLaurin. I mean, it's just like, wow. This team looks all right. All right, last team. We lost barely. It's very annoying. Started the wrong people. Our waiver is 2, so we could consider using it. Although we're not using it in any of the other leagues, so I don't suspect we'll use it in this one. Alright. See who's out there. Kind of forgot about Zay Jones. Let's go back and look for all the Zay Joneses. no, that was the wrong. Because you have to go here first. Oh, this guy didn't insta-reject our trade yet. Oh, Zay Jones is actually gone here. Alright, so this is the only league where Edmonds is available. Mostert Mostert has been kind of taking over the backfield, but he could be a good ad. Oh yeah, is this Algar guy around? No. Looks like we already have Minnesota. Oh no, we don't have Minnesota's defense. Actually, don't. Minnesota's. I must have picked up Dallas. Okay. Jalen Hurts, Wilson, Allen, and Daubs. Yeah, we got Keenan Allen in this team. We also have Reynolds, but he's droppable. Picked him up for this week. We've got Dalvin Cook on this team. We've got Akers. We've got Aaron Jones. Zeke. It's our only Zeke share. We got Damian Harris again over here. Patterson. is on the IR. We lost Patterson. We have Gordon, though, who got the upgrade this week. We've got Kittle, and we've got Dawson Knox. I've got Kittle benched in the other league, so I got him benched here. Maybe it's silly. I don't know. Like I said, if I bench my share, I tend to bench him everywhere. If I start my share, I tend to start him everywhere. If I think Kittle's good enough to start here, then I should start him in the other league. But the other leagues have Gerald Everett. We have the Chargers defense. We played them against Houston. But we don't want to play them this week against Cleveland. So, trying to drop our defense for Minnesota or Kansas City. Jacksonville's not available. Denver's not available. We're starting Dalvin Cook and Aaron Jones. We're starting Damian Harris because we're starting him in the other league. I don't mind benching Elliott and Gordon. We got Gordon benched in the other league. We got Akers too. Pretty good running backs. Pretty good depth at running back, but not as sexy as the other teams. Got Garrett Wilson and Daubs. We have Keenan Allen, though. So yeah, we don't need Reynolds. Reynolds is really the only droppable, replaceable guy. We're switching out our defense. And we're not sure about our little tight end play here. Kittle's got the highest projection. He's in Boris Chen's third tier. But I've got Everett starting over him everywhere. I think Kittle is capped, though, you know? Kittle's capped this week. He's already having to do more blocking with their tackle hurt. And he hasn't been doing great. And Carolina's defense has been doing great. I'd rather take a chance on like an uncapped Tanyan against the Giants. Or somebody else. Anybody else. I mean, I guess we're just going to go with Knox against Pittsburgh, you know? I think Knox was available. Yeah, Knox is available in this league here where we're starting Everett. I should capitalize this. Who do we drop Reynolds for? You know what's coming to my mind, and you guys are going to absolutely despise it. You will absolutely despise it. Shit, man, we're starting Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. Oh, fuck. These projections are garbo, though. Yeah, Garrett Wilson's still up top anyway. We probably want to drop Reynolds for another wide receiver. You know, to have a chance at a wide receiver. Like Gallup or Pickens. We could get Shark instead of Reynolds. Same team, but Shark is listed higher up on the depth chart, right? Lions are throwing the ball a lot. They have a bye next week, though, but I guess it doesn't matter to me too much. I don't know. We see the people who are out there to grab. We could just figure this out tonight. I don't need to figure it out right now. It should be a wide receiver that we pick up. Or it's kind of funny, but I was going to say, like, let's pick up a second kicker. We could pick up Butker, and then we have Suckup and Butker. Oh, yeah, we're trying to pick up a defense. I don't really want Dotson because I have McLaurin on another team. So I kind of want McLaurin to be the guy. I don't like for my shares to conflict. Ollie, you relaxed over there at all? Jesus Christ. He looks like a human being laying on that couch. His legs are about dangling off the side of the couch and his head's on a pillow. Are you a real dog? Is that how you act? You comfy or what? Huh? You are so comfy, huh? We just want to drop Reynolds for another wide receiver to have another chance at a good wide receiver, too. We've got Keenan Allen. He's our main guy. And then we got Garrett Wilson. We got Daubs. And we need another shot at another guy. Maybe DJ Shark. Maybe Gallup. Maybe Boyd. And we hope that fucking Chase or Higgins get hurt, you know? Not to wish injury on anybody, but to wish injury on somebody. Could go Zay Jones. Should be somebody like that. This team's a little weird. Got a weird arrangement of players. We have Garrett Wilson starting here, and I'm pretty sure that we have him like benched in the other league, don't we? So like, why would we start him here? I don't know. That's the only thing about our shares that are kind of not agreeing, is this Garrett Wilson share. Oh no, he's starting here too. Okay, good. Good. We'll start Garrett Wilson everywhere. Nope. Yep, keep him in there. Okay. So, that's all she wrote, folks. We are dropping our quarterback and trying to pick up Bridgewater or Carr, which should easily be able to happen. We should be able to get one of those two guys. If we can't, then we'll get one of these guys. We're dropping our Pittsburgh defense for Jacksonville, Denver, or Kansas City. We know he's available. We don't need to write this. We're trying to trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a wide receiver. We sent some good trade offers, but they're not really responding and shit. We're trying to swap out our IR spot, and then we're not sure who we should start. Whatever, we don't need to put that there. On this team, we're going to drop Henderson. We're dropping our Henderson shares. Oh, fuck. Garrett Wilson's available here, and we got him starting in 2 leagues. Obviously, we couldn't start him here. I guess we just can't. Here we're dropping our Henderson share for Jacksonville defense, even though we already have Dallas defense. Jacksonville's got some pretty good matchups the next 5 weeks, and they got a good team too. I like to hog the defenses and tight ends and shit. And we can swap out our IR for Tua. Maybe get Tua back later on in the year. And then we'll have Tua and Jalen Hurts on the same team. That could be sick. This team, we need a kicker. We're going to drop Reynolds for a kicker. We need an IR slot. We have a free one available, so we need to fill that. And then we can drop our Henderson share again. And when we drop our Henderson share, we're going to pick up, somebody else. This team, we're switching our defense, and we're dropping our Reynolds share again for somebody else. Here we're dropping Reynolds and Henderson. Here we're dropping Reynolds. Here we're dropping Henderson. And here we're switching out our quarterback. That's it. That's all it comes down to. We're not going to use our waiver anywhere. We're going to save the waiver. We sent out a trade to Scott's Tots, and he rejected it. And I don't know what Scott's Tots is planning on doing for running back. Kind of interesting developments here. I sent a trade offer to this other guy, offering him Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Michael Thomas. He already has Kamara and Ingram on his team. I don't think and he has a lot of good wide receivers, and he does not have a lot of good running backs. So he might click accept, The weak spot on this first team is we're streaming quarterback, and we're looking for that wide receiver to be a stud somehow. The next team, this is our best, the $250 team, this is our best team. This is what's annoying, okay? This is the cheap league compared to the 500 leagues, and this is the one where we have everything. Our team is so fucking stacked here. I mean, it's a damn good looking team. And even the Dallas defense and Justin Tucker at kicker, I mean, it's just dominating. This team's pretty good too. We got Kyler Murray instead of Jalen Hurts. We have a St. Brown share, which is pretty nice. Really good with St. Brown and Hill. It's our team with the best wide receivers. We still have good running backs. We got some different running backs. We got Jacobs, Damian Harris in this one. We're still hoping that our Kittle tight end shares and our Waller and our Pitts tight ends end up making us points at some point. Then it would really be game, set, match. This team's got Hurts at quarterback again. This team's looking for that wide receiver too, to be a stud again, to go with Keenan Allen. Running backs aren't as good as some of the other teams, but they're still alright. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. There's not too much I'm worried about tonight. I think we'll be able to get one of these 2 quarterbacks without too much flack. I think we'll be able to get one of these 3 defenses without much flack. All we're trying to do here is drop 1 player for a defense. If we don't get him, we can just hold on to that player or get somebody else. We still already have Dallas's defense. We're almost not even doing anything with that team. This team, we need a kicker, whatever. And we're swapping out 1 other player. This team, we're swapping out 1 player, changing defense. We're hoping we get one of those 2 defenses. If not, then we're going to be maybe like wondering what the hell to do. I guess that's it, man. The teams are looking pretty good. I guess I'll leave this trade up here tonight, but I don't usually like to let trades hang up there for too long. Michael Thomas can end up re-aggravating some injury tonight or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to leave these things up for too long. And he has a lot of wide receivers, too. He's got Justin Jefferson. He's got A.J. Brown. He's got so many wide receivers. It's crazy. He's got Godwin. He had a couple other guys. And, yeah, his running backs are Kamara and Khalil Herbert or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But, yeah, I think he might say yeah. I mean, why does he want to start Michael Thomas and Kamara each week if they're going to be, how many touchdowns are there really to go around? And he needs running back help. I mean, if he can trade me Michael Thomas and he gets points from those other receivers and now he gets to slot in that Clyde Edwards-Helaire at running back and get points, it should help him. We know the trade's definitely going to help my team out because we don't need Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We've got all these other running backs. We're needing the receiver help, so it's kind of another plan that I have when I'm going into these drafts is to try to draft a lot of running backs because once they become scarce, then you're gonna find some teams like this guy where they're just kind of put in a position where you get to actually maybe even take a little bit of an advantage over them in a way because you can get higher value because they have such a big need or whatever, His need for running back is so great that he could trade me a better receiver than normal for the caliber of running back I'm giving him in return because he needs to fill that slot on his roster. He's not going to get any points at all. I think the teams are going really well. I've been messing around with this fantasy football stuff for a few years. I did like 10 or 12 teams or something 2 years ago, and it was like way too many teams. Last year I stuck to kind of the bigger dollar amount buy-ins. I mean, look, I know I'm crazy and I'm a gambler and I'm playing with, like, everyone's like, holy shit, $500 is a lot of money. Well, if you're taking care of a fantasy team for 4 months and you're preparing before, it's even longer than that. You're preparing before the draft and you're trying to draft best you can. You're paying attention to your team like almost every fucking day. Why do you want to be, obviously if you're playing for fun, play for fun. But if you're playing for fun and you're trying to make money, why would you want to be in a $20 buy-in league where you're going to spend all that time for 4 months, 5 months to make $50 or something? Like, it just doesn't make any sense if you're trying to be a professional gambler, You want to buy into the $500 leagues, and then you want to at least make a few $1,000s at the end of all this. You know. And last year we did terrible. Last year I only had one. I think last year I had like 5 or 16. Maybe it was 5. I don't really remember. We had like 5 or 6 teams last year, and only one of mine made the playoffs, and I lost a bunch of money. This year we've got 4 teams, and through 4 weeks, only one team is 1-3. The rest are 2-2 and 3-1. It's gonna be tough. That 1-3 team looks like it could be 1-4 this week. And it has me a little worried. It's tough when you're streaming. We're streaming the quarterback. It makes it tough. Like, you're picking a quarterback each week. You're trying to pick the best matchups, but it doesn't always go your way. But, it sure is fun trying. And this year, at least, it feels like more of my player... Like, last year, it was like... The same thing 2 years ago, too. The players I drafted, they, like, got hurt, you know? Like, 2 years ago, my number 1 pick was whoever, and they're hurt for 8 weeks. I had, like, Michael Thomas 2 years ago, and Tyreek Hill was hurt half the season 2 years ago. Like, those are my players and shit. It was awful. If the people you draft get hurt, it makes it really, really tough. Obviously. This year, it feels like we have a way better chance. I played a little of that Undertoten last night or whatever. Not the one that we did, a different one, where you're underground. You're like in a little bunker. Noctur Untoten or something.
That's where you can't get jug, right?
There's no jug?
No, there's no jug.
Why not? Yeah, Mule Kick's the first one there. I didn't see him.
I think Mule Kick might be the only one.
I didn't make it very far.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is it?
There's the box in the next room.
The box is... Well, I went up the stairs, cleared the debris, and then I went to the next room, went down, and then there was the
Box
box.
to the left. And
But then I don't... Does it just circle around and that's it?
Yeah.
Is it small?
Yeah, it's super small.
Super small
you go up
map.
the stairs, right?
Yeah.
To the left of the box, or to the right of the box, and then you run across this area, and you come back down, and that's where you first started.
Yeah, you just kind of...
Yeah, this is just huge. Look, there's no jug.
That's lame.
I think it's kind of like a practice map.
Yeah, it's one of the earlier ones. I was having fun with it, but maybe that one's kind of lame. Should try a different one out next time.
I mean, it's cool because the box is right there, Mule Kick's right there. You can just go crazy with it.
I can't believe there's no Juggernaut. That
Yeah.
makes things fucking really intense, man.
Just try Shino Numa. Shino Numa's a fun one.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I've been messing with it a little bit.
Well, I mean, yeah. Definitely, I mean, I've definitely diversified the maps.
Yeah.
Another we should try, if you have all those, you should try, I can't remember what it's called.
Well, there's 5, there's
What,
Moon.
Baruch or whatever.
Yeah.
That one's fun because you always, you start off in 2 different parts of the map.
Yeah, that one would be cool to learn,
You
probably.
like work your way around. It has all the perks too. That one's fun, dude. It honestly is. It's like one of those ones you get like round 20, you're like, damn, dude, I'm badass.
All right, D-Gens, I guess we're getting out of here. We got the pokering happening. I guess I'm gonna hop into some of these tournaments. I don't know. I don't really like. I don't really feel like playing. You know, kind of, sort of. I'm just kind of like not wanting to play, but I kind of should. I guess I just don't really want, like, I'm not interested in playing this $33 4K and $22 7.5K on a night where I'm going to be playing in a 1K buy-in. I think I'm just going to chill on the buy-ins. I'm going to play this 55 10K. And then I think I'm going to buy into the 1K buy-in. And I'm going to play, like, the bigger ones on Global, and that's it. I don't think I'm going to fucking... They got the 55 40K and the 162 20K on Ignition tonight as well. Poker's been tough, man. Poker's been tough on us lately. But tonight could be glorious. Like, this $33 5K is super deep. Do I really want to play this? First place gets $1,000. I'm about to buy into a $1,000 buy-in tournament. Why would I do it? It just seems kind of dumb. This 55 freeze is at 830. Like, maybe I would play that. The deep freeze and the big freeze. $55 buy-ins. I'll play those. I think we should keep it kind of chill. Might seem kind of boring, but I think it might be better to just focus on the 1K buy-in, you know, and then the few other like $50 and $100 buy-ins. The Blitz, the Super, we got the Tuesday Tussle tonight. Alright, y'all, I'm cutting the stream off. I'm cutting it back on for the poker. You're going to have to reboot everything, reload the chat and everything in a few minutes if you're wanting to hang out for the poker gambles. It was nice talking to y'all about the fantasy football. I think you guys helped me with a few things. Most of it is pretty, you know, most of it's pretty simple, but it can get pretty tough, you know. Do we hold on to this guy? Do we roster these positions? And then, like, later on this week, it's going to be tough. Who do we start? And when you have 5 or 6 good running backs like I do, and you can only start 3 of them, you want to make sure you're starting the right 3 guys. And the right 3 guys isn't always... The right 3 guys isn't always what, you know, Yahoo suggests for you. It's not always, like... They might say that's the best lineup, but is it, you know? Alright, y'all. I'll be back in a few minutes. Peace out.